Enjoy it. Don't feel bad about it. Here's what you need to do. This is what I've come to the simple conclusion. I need to be intentional, because I believe in this. I know I talk a lot about God is greater than your prayer life. I believe it or not, I have a prayer life. My life is not my prayer life, but I do give myself to the Lord in intentional prayer. Christ is my life. But I've come to this conclusion, my daily conclusion, summed up. Take time to give myself to God and then enjoy Him the rest of the day. Take time. That could be, this is very rare, but it could be you'll really only have 5 minutes. Okay. Normally we have more time than that, but I'm not going to argue that point. Take that 5 minutes. Give yourself diligently to the Lord. Don't try to receive something from God. Give yourself to God. See, God doesn't need your prayer life. You need your prayer life. I mean that seriously. Need it, that can be bad, okay. Just forgive me, just overlook the way when I say things wrong in this. What I'm saying this is your prayer life really isn't for God. He is not a pagan God that needs us to sacrifice ourselves to Him in that way. God desires obedience, not sacrifice. But because of our humanity, we need to be diligent to break away from those other things, especially as we're in the maturing process. Not saying you outgrow your prayer life. Don't hear that from me. That's not what I'm saying. As long as we're in this flesh, in this body, in the chaos of this world, we need to be diligent to get alone with God. But have the right expectation for your prayer life. Lest your prayer life become your life, and you give people your prayer life, not Christ the life. And that goes for any other spiritual vocation that's real, or spiritual discipline that's real, that I believe in, that I practice, but that's not my end goal. Again, we're getting back to what I said in the beginning. What is the goal of the Lord for us in this time? So take time, be diligent to get alone with God, to clear the clutter and to focus on Him, not to receive some great revelation, but to just give yourself in humility to God. And then, when that section of time is done, enjoy God the rest of the day. Live in His presence, be intentional. If you feel yourself drifting from God, come humbly and reconnect with Him by telling Him that you love Him, that you want Him in your life, and you want Him to be more of your life. Very simple. Very simple. Very profound. Rarely lived. It's amazing to me that the simple things, that's so simple, but no one lives it. The simple things are the most difficult. The simple things are the most embattled. Trust me, I've run the gamut of all these spiritual disciplines. And I'm serious. I don't have a lot of time, but maybe this is important to somebody else. You know, our natural mind is so funky. And it's not funky fresh. It's funky stinky. You know, I just telling myself, and I don't mind, embarrass myself. This is just the way the natural mind works. You know, you get in these modes in prayer, and you're like, okay, like the Lord's really been meeting me. I've been in my closet, you know, on my knees, and gosh, it's been really good, and 3, 4, 5 hours a day, or whatever. Or I've been walking, you know, and man, the Lord's really meeting me. And then you start getting in these stupid conundrums that God has to be laughing about. You're like, well, you know, if I'm not going to be able to go to this room today because somebody's in it. You know, I had a prayer chair. Jordan stole it, so I really had to fight this battle. She stole my prayer chair to pray, so I couldn't be too mad. And then I went outside, and then she started coming outside, and then I went back inside. So we're playing musical chairs trying to pray, and Why can't we pray together? Yeah, you're right. That's my point. That's the way the natural mind works. You're like, okay, like I've only got 59 minutes today, not an hour. If I could just get an hour, maybe that will be more efficient. Maybe God will receive that. I walked today and I had another thought enter my mind while I was trying to pray. I was almost doing good. None of that counted. That's the way all of our minds work. I don't care who you are. You know it's true. That didn't count today. Oh boy, that really stinks. I'm going to have a terrible week in God because of my prayer life. God just sits up there and laughs at that. Again, not discounting the reality of intentionality. God met me very, very strongly early on in my committing myself to prayer because God saw the sincerity of my heart. But he wasn't signing off on every motivation of my heart or the way I was even necessarily doing it. It just makes sense, let's just be simple, it makes sense to get alone with somebody if you want to have communion and have relationship with him. It's true with my wife. We need times to where we get alone and just have us time. But we overcomplicate that with God. Now, we're not talking about not walking in the fear of the Lord where it's just, it's just me and daddy time and he tells me what to do and sometimes I tell him what to do and we have that type of relationship. No, you need to come in the fear of God. You need to come in humility. But you don't have to have a circus going on in your mind. God would set us free from that. Is that helpful to anybody? Okay. Anyway. So, where was I? I don't know. Faith. So, I was talking about dependency on God, and I want us to see